Blunt Talk with LT, episode 88. This episode is brought to you by StatQuap.com. This episode is also brought to you by Patreon.com/Blunt Talk with LT. Subscribe, become a supporter of the show. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Blunt Talk with LT. Uploads all the time. We always at it. We always out here. All right. First thing we getting into. Summer's pretty much canceled. I know a lot of people were hoping that something will be salvageable out of this whole outbreak and this whole lockdown situation, but summer's pretty much sealed. If you are a Torontonian, you reside in Toronto or any place close to Toronto, you know that Carabana's canceled, so that's fucked up. Everybody looks forward to the summer in the northern regions, but summer's pretty much canceled. All major events are canceled. This thing's going to take a lot longer than once thought it would be, or one would have thought it would be initially. I don't know what's going on with the NBA. They did this whole horse thing. No one cares about the horse.
Man, this some old bullshit.
NBA season's looking like it's not coming back for the most part. And if it does, it's going to be in like September, April. I don't know how they're going to run this shit. I don't know what's going to happen because it doesn't seem like it's coming back. The cases in the U.S. are through the roof, most out of any country globally right now. So I don't see it happening anytime soon where they're going to be able to set up these games. And if they do, it's going to be without audience, and it's just going to be terrible. It's like, I don't know where we're going from here, but this is not a good look. I'm not going to spend too much time speaking about this type of shit on the podcast because at the end of the day, when I'm looking for entertainment, I'm trying to escape, all the talks and all the breakdowns of this bullshit. So I'm going to move on. Let's keep it moving. What do we got here first? Okay, so 50's son Marquise dropped a video, and let's react to the video, and then let's do a full breakdown of what's going on in the situation. Let's play this right here.
I just woke up. I had a long day on the gram yesterday. I didn't get the chance to hop in the most gangstest live ever. But everybody tagged me in it, so here, go right here. Let's see what he said.
You see your son yet? Nah, I ain't heard from 6ix9ine.
We're connecting with people.
He's his mother's child now. He told on everybody.
Whenever they need to do it online.
Because it gives customers.
He better than Marquise though. I take him before I take my actual file.
Wherever they are.
Fuck that nigga. He said,
Here and we are ready. We are open 24/7 online, so you can keep
Yo.
all you need from home and from Verizon.
Yo, boy.
Did he just say he'll claim a rat? Oh, nah, I don't want no parts of that cheese y'all eating over there, big fella. I don't know what y'all got going on. Over there. That's some other shit. Stupid!
Okay, so it's pretty much 50 disowning his son Marquise. They've had a history of bad blood in the relationship for the last few years. 50 and his son Marquise. The whole joke was 50 used to claim 6ix9ine and as his son before the whole 6ix9ine snitching and everything. So when people were asking him about his son, he referred to 6ix9ine, but he kind of disowned 6ix9ine as well because he's a snitch, obviously, so he's disowning him. But he still took the time to shit on his other son because he has two sons. His oldest son, Marquise, the son that was in the G-Unit videos back in the day, like he was in Wangsta. I think he was in Position of Power. He was in a bunch of G-Unit videos back in the day. It was pretty much the turmoil for them got to the level where it was unforgivable when Marquise was taking pictures with 50's enemies and people that were rumored to shot 50 and then he was in pictures with slow bucks and just niggas that 50 looks down on and doesn't fucks with. He was, spotted fucking with these niggas, and it's like, as his son, there was like no loyalty on the street level, but his son didn't come up in the streets the way 50 did, but I'm pretty sure 50 taught him a bunch of shit and a lot of things that are a lot of do's and don'ts. The do's and don'ts of the streets pretty much, and seems like 50's not rocking with his child that way, or his son. Son's a grown man at this point, so I'm pretty sure all those child support checks is finished for his baby moms and the son. It's very weird to see a relationship like that, but a lot of fans, when they seen that video, said that they can see the hurt in Marquise's voice and his face, even though he was laughing and trying to play off the situation. Most people were kind of just shooken up over the situation and saying it was a very sad situation to see, you know, a father and son kind of just have this turmoil where it doesn't seem like it's going to be fixed anytime soon because, you know, they're going at each other publicly. But I don't really have too much commentary on this one. It's family business. I'm going to keep my commentary out of it, but it's fucked up to see. It's sad to see. You can clearly see, for me, without seeing other people's opinions or hearing the general consensus of what the public is feeling about the situation, I can just look at that video one time and see the pain and the fact that he's reacting to it and putting it out there. It's like clearly it bothers him. Sucks. Very unfortunate. Speaking about famous celebrities and their kids, Yaya Mayweather, Yaya Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, is reported to be facing up to 99 years in prison for stabbing NBA YoungBoy's baby mother in the arm and in the stomach while she was pregnant. So that's the report right now. That's the rumor. She's out on bail, but she's facing 99 years in prison. And if you really stabbed her while she was pregnant, and that was the real situation, there's a lot of new evidence, or her lawyer says there's new evidence that will show that she's completely innocent and she didn't do anything. We'll see what that evidence is when they follow up in the case. But if that was the case, that was really that would be like the dumbest thing you can possibly do with a billionaire father. And like, what do you like? I don't understand what the thought process is for something like that if that was the case. But for me, looking on the outside, looking in, I don't think that was the case. I don't think that she climbed through a window and stabbed a pregnant woman over NBA YoungBoy. I don't believe that that's the case. I feel like there's a lot of reports, there's little videos of blood, there's some incident took place clearly. But the internet details that they're perpetuating, I don't believe to be the case. I could be wrong. Who knows when the details actually come out, but it doesn't seem right. It seems completely illogical. It's like, was this girl on some super drugs to make her lose all sorts of sense and where she is in life? Like, I don't understand that situation. So we'll wait for some more, information on that report to give a full breakdown of what the hell we think. Because at the end of the day, this show is more close to the regular people's opinions of what everyday viewers feel, because there's not relationships and people scared of what other people in the industry might think of their opinion. So we're gonna get some real takes and raw breakdowns on that situation when we get some more information. Speaking of, this whole episode is pretty much just famous fathers and celebrities and their kids, because we have more turmoil with like these reality shows, the growing up hip hop. A lot of like Master P and Romeo spoke out about a lot of shit that's going on behind the scenes within the industry, and a lot of producers and a lot of these reality shows are trying to turn these kids against their famous celebrity fathers and parents, mothers too, just for ratings and for turmoil and for beef, and just basically trying to amp up their show. You see growing up hip hop turning into Love and Hip Hop with the way they're trying to focus on the fights and the drama and the conflict. It's like it's getting filthy out here. Romeo and Master P spoke on that in a recent interview, talking about how these people are trying to turn their kids against them. Dame Dash has his kids publicly speaking out against him, and him, going in on them as well on these TV shows. And a lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of black families for the most part in hip hop are being taken advantage of from these reality shows. Like, I know it provides a bag, provides a platform for a lot of these people to continue their careers. But at the end of the day, if you're taking advantage of these people and you're turning these hip hop families against each other, like, what are we doing at the end of the day? Just for a little bit of money, we're getting pimped out. We're letting our hip hop families get pimped out from these reality shows and these networks. It's like, people do want to see growth. people want to actually see what goes on in the industry and how people are making music and how they're making money off of their music and how they're progressing and the positives of that life, because that if that shit didn't sell, then vlogs and YouTubers wouldn't be successful and wouldn't have all these subscribers. It's like mainstream TV and producers and reality shows have kind of lost touch of what what people want to see. People don't just want to see negativity. Of course, negativity sells. Of course, negativity will get a lot of clips, a lot of views, and a lot of attention. But if we're thinking of long-term and longevity and growth, you're not going to just grow your show just selling negativity all the damn time. You got to show growth and prosperity and these artists reaching new heights for it to be a respectable show and have some sort of longevity for the show. So these guys got to get they got to get some new life in there, some new perspective, because all it is just all the negative shit being focused on. Floyd Mayweather recently responded to the whole situation with his daughter being arrested. He wasn't directly responding, but he said he's always done his job to be a great father and to provide for his kids. But that's what it looks like on the outside looking in. You can't really say too much because if you're not part of his family, you're not in there, you don't know the ins and outs. But from the outside looking in, it's always looked like that. That's always been the message that's been portrayed in the media. It's always seemed like he's done that. There's been rumors that he's deleted all the pictures of him and Yaya off his Instagram page. I've checked out his Instagram page, scrolled down, didn't see any pictures of her, but I didn't scroll the entire timeline. That could be just rumors, but I didn't see any pictures of Yaya on his Instagram. So I don't know if he's separating himself from her in the media. I don't know what's going on. Floyd Mayweather doesn't answer hate and bullshit questions from anybody in his IG live. If you ever go on his IG live, if you're not spreading positivity or you're asking career questions or anything like that, then he's not responding to any of the bullshit. So it's going to be hard to dig in and try to actually find, what's going on in his mind throughout these situations. But these are the reports. What else do we got here? So Melo Ball didn't actually buy the Illawarra Hawks, his former NBL team, the team that he played on in the Australian League while he played in the Australian League. Those rumors have been recently dispelled, and everybody ran with those rumors because it was reported by credible news sources like ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and all these credible sources. So everybody didn't even vet all the information. Everybody just ran with it, YouTubers, me included. Turns out that he didn't actually buy the team, and there's 8 groups still competing for ownership of the team. That makes sense because I'm like, how did he just buy it so quick? And there is not, but it is what it is. Shout out to Melo Ball. He's still doing this thing anyway. He's still going to be a top 2 draft pick prospect for the NBA whenever the NBA returns. So shout out to him and the Ball family. These guys are making positive moves and always had the support of the black community. So we're going to continue to support these Ball brothers. Shout out to them. What else do we got here? It's very important at these times, if you're an artist, to have some sort of infrastructure built in place, because you see a lot of people flipping out, losing their minds, not being able to make any sort of revenue at this time as an artist, reliant on labels in large situations to actually get out their music and get out their product. If you have no infrastructure, you don't have an in the crib studio, access to a studio like that at these times, and you didn't build your own stuff and you're too reliant, then you're pretty much sealed at these times. You can't do nothing. And it just shows the times or the importance of building infrastructure when times get like this, or when you need to be able to provide for oneself. And it shows the independence, and it shows that whoever's independent right now is clearly striving in these times. It really shows who's independent in these times and who's working aggressively and who's working hard to put out content as a content creator, whether you're a YouTuber, an artist, a podcaster, whatever. You just see the difference of who actually has their own and who could stand on their own 2 feet when you see these type of times take place. Kind of went off on a tangent because I forgot which topic I was going to go on to next before I wrap the show up. What else did I got here? What else did I have? Oh my god.
What about this one right here? Woo!
Okay, so there's reports of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert relationship not being redeemable after or fixable. Like basically they're saying Donovan Mitchell is reluctant to fix the relationship with Rudy Gobert after these incidents. I feel like he was careless and he was remorseful of his situation, but Donovan Mitchell obviously has more insight and there's more to the situation. And for this, I don't know. It's very fucked up for that to ruin the relationship or the dynamic of the team, because those are the two, I would feel like the two main players on the team, the two the most essential players to the team to make the Utah Jazz a functional engine. You have Rudy Gobert, like former defensive player of the year. Was he defensive player of the year? Who knows? Probably. Most likely. I'm pretty sure. See, my ball facts are trash right now. I don't know. That's fucked up. I don't want to see a trade. Hopefully they can get everything together. But at the end of the day, he felt like his life was in risk, and he put his life in risk and other people's life at risk by exposing them to this. So very fucked up situation, very sticky situation between the two. Hopefully everything could get better and they could salvage that relationship and continue to move forward. That's crazy. What do we got? We got Big Bank pulling up on Young Chop, asking Young Chop why he's been wilding and why he's been acting out recently in this situation. So let me play this video right here.
Hookah.
Bruh, why are you doing all this shit, Chop? Hey, bro.
I'm a DM you.
All right.
So that's it to the video, apparently. Told him to run the DMs, so he doesn't want to speak about this on the live. Recently, Young Chop came at Drake. So that's Drake, Jay Prince Jr., 21 Savage, French Montana, Migos, a bunch of rappers, a bunch of, prominent figures that this guy's been going at recently. So a lot of people are concerned about his mental health, mental issues. They're thinking he's just doing this for the clout. He's taking this time to gain more attention because there's not much going on in the industry, and, people are thirsty for attention. Who knows? But he pulled up, wants to figure out what's going on. Everybody wants to figure out what's going on with this guy. Maybe he's just wilding because he's bored. A lot of people are taking this time to jump out the window and aggressively talk shit to anybody they can talk shit to, and they know that no one's saying nothing or no one's running up on them. And there's this whole lockdown situation has people not being able to maneuver the way they want to maneuver. So there is people being brave over the net. Sometimes when you see things like this, it's like you mostly think someone's bag has been compromised, so they're wilding, trying to survive out here. But who knows what's going on with Chop. Went at some of the wrong people, but I don't think people are going to come at him full force. I feel like they're more concerned for his mental health issues, which is funny. You're making enemies of the people, and they're still concerned for you. All right, what else do we got here? I wanted to do this a long time ago, actually. It's been a hip-hop-centric episode, but let's get into some basketball talks. I wanted to put Vince Carter on the GOAT list for a while now as the best dunker of all time. Some may argue there's like higher jumpers that dunk, or like higher jumpers that are great dunkers in the NBA, in NBA history, that are higher jumpers than Vince Carter. There's maybe some active jumpers or active dunkers in the NBA currently that may jump higher, but being the best dunker is not just about jumping the highest. I know like Derrick Jones Jr. won the dunk competition, and he kind of has the most bunnies in the competition this year, but it's not just that. It's about the finesse, it's about the finish, it's about the power, it's about in-game dunks, it's about ruthlessness, it's about viciousness, it's about dunk-ons, it's the amount of dunk-ons. There's a lot of things that go into being the best dunker. The way Vince Carter finishes dunks Vince Carter in his prime, how high he jumped, the hang time he has, the in-game dunks he's done, the 360 windmill, the windmill off alley-oops, the jumping over 7-foot guy. Doesn't matter. Like, for me, I had Zion Williamson as like the most rounded jumper because I never seen anybody jump off of 2 feet, the left foot, the right foot, as high as Zion Williamson. Of course, there's jumpers that jump really high off of 2 feet and 1 foot, but not both feet. You never really see someone go up off of the right foot, dunk with the left, and then jump off the left foot and dunk with the right, nearly at the same height, be able to do the jump from the free throw line, all of that shit. Zion Williamson could definitely take this crown if his career is what it's lived up to. But right now, as it stands, Vince Carter, to me, is the GOAT dunker, the best dunker of all time. His dunk-off dunks were so clean, so crisp. I know we see the Derrick Jones Jr.'s and the Aaron Gordons and the Zach LaVines of today's basketball, but if we're really talking about all time and we're going to put up anybody against any other person in like in-game dunking, this is all around dunking. This is in-game dunking, fast break dunks, dunk-off dunks. This is just all around dunkers. Who would you put up as the best dunker of all time? You put their highlights, their top dunks against anybody. I'm definitely going with Vince Carter. 100%. Like, we could wait out Zach LaVine's career or Zion Williamson's career and try to put them against the Michael Jordans and the Dominique Wilkins, the LeBron James, the Kobe Bryants, these type of dunkers, the Vince Carters eventually. But right now, as it stands, as we speak, Vince Carter, best dunker of all time. We've seen Kobe Bryant say while he was still alive, R.I.P. Kobe, say that if it was a dunk off with him, MJ, Vince Carter, and Dominique, he would bet his money on Vince Carter. A number of NBA greats would bet their money on Vince Carter. A number of NBA greats have Vince Carter as the best dunker of all time. So this is not the most far-fetched GOAT list. All the GOAT lists are personal GOAT lists. They're all my personal GOATs. So anyone in their feelings, like, get out them. No one cares. But yeah, Vince Carter, definitely greatest dunker of all time on my GOAT list. I'm going to wrap up this episode. We're going to be right back at it. A lot of episodes, a lot of material coming out this week from Blunt Talk with LT. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Share the clips that you like. Comments. Get into it with the community. Like all of that shit. Yeah, we back at it. Blunt Talk with LT. Yeah.